everybody, it's your girl Champagne, and today we're back with another video. So if you follow me on Twitter, you already know what video this is. So basically, I'm doing an infertility video slash Depo Shot slash how I almost died slash how I overcame infertility, the whole thing. So basically, I'm just gonna tell you guys the story, but more in depth, and then I'm gonna tell you like what I did that I think helped me. Like I said, I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I was just trying to like get my body back to normal so your girl could live her life, and I ended up getting pregnant. So yeah. Okay, so basically I was on the Depo Shot. Well, rewind. So basically, like, my periods have always been freaking terrible, like super freaking terrible. Like, oh my gosh, I used to want to kill myself. Okay, so my mom took me to the doctor, and they're like, oh well, she should get on the Depo Shot because like she won't have periods and la da 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 da. Mind you, my mom had infertility issues, so she didn't like ever get on birth control. Like after me, she had a tubal pregnancy, and then like it all went downhill from there. So she was trying to get pregnant, and it never happened until I was freaking like 18, and she had another kid. But yeah, so like she never like really got into the birth control thing. So like she didn't know, she was just trusting like what the doctor was saying, and they said like birth control, I mean the Depo would be the best form of birth control for me, so she went off what they said. So basically, like when I got the shot, like if y'all don't know, like the women who don't take, like didn't take the Depo Shot, like basically they give you 3 months of medicine at one time. So basically like it's like cheese, it's like melted cheese, and it's like in the tube, and it's literally like it hurts so bad to like get this shot every 3 months. And it's weird that it's 3 months worth of medicine, because why would you give somebody that much? But whatever. So like I just didn't have a period at all. Like when I was on the Depo Shot, like I had none, ever, never, ever. Which is really weird, because like if you look that up, that means like your ovaries are fried if you don't ever have periods. And that's why it's like infertility. So when I graduated, I got off of it because I was like, hell no, I don't like how it makes me feel. Okay, well after that, I still didn't have a period for like 4 years. So I'm like grown as shit, living my life with no period. So I'm like, okay, well, like this is weird. Like I'm just not gonna have a period, so that means I can't have kids. Like, so I'm like, okay, whatever. And then everybody's like, oh, it's PCOS, or oh, it's this, or oh, it's that. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And then my period came back, but it was like worse than what it was when I was in high school. So I'm like, okay, weird. But like it had only been back for like a couple months, and then like I had woke up this one day, and like I was really lightheaded. So like my brother had went to work at like 4:45 every morning. So basically I had to get up and take my nephew and niece to school. But like when I got up, I like fell out of bed. Like I was so lightheaded, I just thought I like got it, you know, when you get up too fast. I just thought I got up fast, and I was like, okay, I need to chill, because I just freaking fell. I've never done that before. But then I go upstairs to go to the bathroom, and I do it again, and I freaking fall on the floor. My brother's like, dude, are you gonna be okay? Like, do I need to stay home? Like, are you gonna be able to drive? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. So I'm like, okay, I don't fall anymore. So I take my niece and my nephew to school, and I come back, and I'm like, I really don't feel good. Like maybe I should go to the ER, but I'm just gonna wait on my brother, because I'm not gonna pay for no ambulance ride. And mind you, I lived in Iowa, so I lived in Sioux City, so like Ubers are so expensive out there. Like I probably stayed like probably like 10 minutes, and it would be like $30 for me to go to the hospital. No, so I was just like, oh, my brother gets off at 4, I'm just gonna wait. Well, literally like all I remember is going downstairs and going back to sleep. So like I never wake up from my nap. Like my brother comes home, and he's like looking for me. He's like, dude, where you at? Like, so he goes downstairs, and I like literally, he finds me in a pool of blood. Like the whole mattress is just full of blood. And like mind you, this whole day I had been filling up pads, and like nighttime pads, like the big ass ones you want on your period, like the diaper ones. Yes girl, I was wearing those, and I was filling them up in like 20 minutes or less. Literally Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, why am I bleeding so heavy? But I wasn't thinking anything of it because, I mean, I always bled heavily. So it wasn't just, like, abnormal that I was just bleeding heavy today. So I didn't think of anything of it. And so my brother basically scooped me up, took me upstairs, bloody and all, took me to the car, rushed me in the ER. And basically everybody's like, yo, what happened? He's like, I don't fucking know. Like, she went to sleep, I guess. And like, I came home and she's like this, I don't know what happened. So basically, like, they were like, oh, they did a test and like, oh, her hemoglobin is at a 2. Mind you, like, if you're a woman, you know your hemoglobin is supposed to be at 12 to 15. Like, that's the range. And mine was at a 2. So that means basically I was dying. Like, basically they came up with that I wasn't having a period, that my body was just draining out blood. Like, it was just emptying out. Like, somebody was like sacrificing me, and like they just cut me open and all my blood was draining out. So like, to get an IV in me, it was like super hard. It took like an hour because, like, you know, when you don't have any blood in your veins, they're like this big. So literally, like, 4 nurses tried to freaking get an IV in me, couldn't do it, had to call doctors, had to call all over the hospital to like find people to come get an IV in me, because if they didn't get an IV in me, there's no way they could help me, literally. And I'm dying, so everybody's freaking out. Like, everybody's calling like my family members, my mom, my dad, my brother's crying. And so finally, like, they're able to get an IV in me, and they like rush me into like a room, and they're like trying to figure out, they're just running all these tests, and they're like, you know, like, what's going on, what happened? And I just basically told them, oh, I thought I was having a period, da 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 da, woo, and they told me, no, it's not a period. So I'm like, okay. And they're like, well, have you been on any form of birth control? Like, are you on birth control? And like, basically I told them, you know, like, no, I've always had really bad periods, I took the Depo Shot, da 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 da. And they're like, okay, well, we don't know what's wrong with you, we don't have a diagnosis for you, like, there's no, like, there's nothing wrong, like, all your tests came back as if you would live forever. So like, we don't understand why this is happening to you, or like what's even going on. So basically, when they rushed me to the room, I had to get 4 blood transfusions. My arms were literally black because they were like pumping so much blood into me at one time. And so basically, when I came to, I basically was like bedbound. So like I said, I was in Iowa, and it's like not really diverse out there. So like, my mom works in the medical field, so I made my mom like come take care of me. So like, basically I was bedbound, so she had to like give me a bath in my bed, like help me to the bathroom, wipe for me, shower me, like literally she had to do everything for me. And yeah, it was really tough. Like, it was really, like, I was so mentally distraught. And I was like, dude, this is like, I don't know if I can go through this. Like, I don't know if I can make it through this, because I'm only like, at the time I was probably like, I had just turned 21. No, actually I was about to turn 21. I spent my birthday in the hospital. Like, that was my last day in the hospital, was my birthday. And one of my friends came and picked me up from the hospital and took me to the bar, freaking hospital gown and all, with the freaking things on my arm, and took me to get a shot, because she's like, girl, you need a shot, you've been in the hospital for like 3 weeks, it's your birthday. So literally, I was in the hospital for a very long time just to get no answers. Like, literally, I would like set different doctor's appointments all over the state, and they would be like, oh, we'll just go back to your other doctor, or oh, we don't know what's wrong. And like, it was never like, oh, let me send you to a specialist, or oh, let me do this for you. It was just basically like giving me the runaround the whole time. So I'm like, okay, whatever, this is weird, I'm just gonna accept the fact that there's something wrong with me, and that's that. So basically, like, one of the things they told me while I was there is that, like, every doctor I went to, they were like, oh, well, you're not gonna be able to have kids on your own, like, you can do treatments or you can try the pills, but there's no guarantee that you'll be able to ever have kids, and that's something you need to like take into consideration right now, and whatever. So basically, it was to the point where my mom was like, she wasn't gonna get rid of her uterus until she was 45, just in case I wanted to have a kid. Okay, because I'm 24, my mom is just turned 40. So she was like, I want you to experience this part of life. Like, so basically, yeah. So even my sisters were like, if you ever want to have a kid, just let us know. Like, it was that serious. They were like, girl, you are not ever gonna be able to have kids, and blah da da da. So I'm like, all right. And like, when I got with Josh, like, that was one of the first conversations I had to have with him. I was like, before we get like too serious into this and too deep into this, I'm just letting you know right now, I don't think I can have kids. So if that's something that you want, I don't know if you should be with me. But he was like, oh, it's okay, like, we'll do what we need to do when that time comes, because we don't want kids right now anyways, but the fact that it happened is super crazy, and we're like super blessed to have it happen. So I was like, I'm not gonna be ungrateful and be like, I don't want a kid right now. But basically, like I said, I keep saying basically, but whatever. Like I said, the doctors said nothing, like they really couldn't help me. So my mom like did all this research and came up with like this diet for me, and like made me basically take freaking prenatals every day like I was pregnant. Like I said, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, but this is like the best way to get my body back, my blood flow back to where it was. They said it would take 2 years for my body to be back where it was. So like my body's just not getting to where it needs to be. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna tell y'all like the diet that she put me on. So okay, so basically like when you're going through infertility issues, you want a fattier diet, not like a low carb, whatever. You want a fattier diet, which is weird because I always like people say don't have a fattier diet, but for this problem you need a fattier diet because eggs take like 70 to 90 days to develop. Like you'll see improvement, so like basically 3 months. Okay, like I said, you'll need a fattier diet. This is what I ate. This is what she made me eat like every day for like a year and a half. Like, of course I would have something different every now and then, but like majority of the time this is what I ate. So liver and steak, they're superfoods. Okay, they're the best source of protein and fat. Eggs are the most like the most important superfood for infertility, so those are really good too. I have them every morning for breakfast. Salmon, and then sardines, but like fresh, like not sardines in a can. And I know like there's this like thing where people think sardines are really gross, but they're actually really good. Like I ate them with hot sauce every morning with my eggs, and them shits was busting. But anyways, pork belly is 30% fat. Fat is loaded with B vitamins, and that's a big impact on fertility directly, so that's really good. Butter equals high cholesterol. Cholesterol is needed to make fertility hormones and fight inflammation, which is another reason like some women are going through infertility because they're inflamed in there and they don't even realize it. So cholesterol helps with that. I also had milk, cheese, like a whole bunch of full fat dairy is what I had a lot. Asparagus, pomegranates, walnuts, berries, beans, lentils. Of course, basically like stuff you would eat was healthy, but like good fats, you know. But you want to stay away from phytoestrogen and soy foods and high fiber foods because those have negative effects on your infertility problems, and it's just not gonna help you at all. And then like I said, my mom made me take prenatals every day, but like they were just regular prenatals, but lately like I've been taking these, I think they're called conception prenatals, and they're like really good. I'm gonna like drop the link below so you guys can like go get it off of Amazon if you want. But like if you read the reviews, all the reviews are really good reviews. Like literally women are like, oh, I've been infertile for 5 years and I started taking these and now I'm pregnant. Like the reviews are great. Like I don't know how like more people don't know about it, but like anybody that asks me and I tell them my story, they're like, oh, what do you suggest that I take? And I literally tell them this all the time because them shits is crazy. Like they're so good for you. But yeah, that's basically all I did. I just changed my diet and I started taking prenatals every day, in which I was sick of it by the time like that I did get pregnant. But I honestly think that's what helped me, thanks to my mom, because if it wasn't for my mom, it would be so sad. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, just comment down below, or if you guys want me to look up something, I can look it up for you guys, because Like I said, I got a lot of DMs of people saying this has happened to them, and like nobody has an answer for anything. And it's really like Black women and women of color, which to me, like, that's a whole nother video. That's on a deeper level. You already know how I'm coming about that. But like I said, I'm gonna put my social media links down below if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. But I hope this video helps you guys, and I got see you guys later.